after putting out the post about the meet-up for us guys this Saturday in Harrogate. It seems to be across platforms, women are responding more. There were a few guys that did respond, at least with a like or a thumbs up sort of thing. But it's mostly women. Even women are sharing this, and I've been told that it's quite a common thread along around posts surrounding men's work that women are interacting more and asking men to stand up. A step up at least, step up for themselves, if not step up for the women in their lives. Whether they have women in their lives or not, women are calling out, saying, "Help, men, where are you?" So it's an interesting dynamic. So I would put a question to the guys, why is it the women that are stepping up and saying, "Hello, it's a really good idea. We could do with this ourselves." And it's not the men stepping forward and saying, is there stuff that I can work on? Can I sharpen my integrity? Can I sharpen my wit? Can I sharpen my consciousness? Is there more to me than I'm allowing the world to see? That's kind of what we're going to be delving into a little bit. Take off that outer layer, that outer shell, and get into some of that softer side, that heart, that integrity, that wisdom, that connection to source, connection to the feminine energy. That's what we want to discuss. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable. There's strength there. Let's hope I don't break the log that I'm sitting on. Got a little bit of give in it, but it should be right. Just more feedback about this men's group concept. I didn't realise how controversial it will be, or how confusing it will be. Maybe not controversial, but some responses that I've had have been strange. I'm not going to lie. I don't normally make that noise. Not out my mouth, anyway. Somebody asked me if we're going to bring a blow-up doll and scream slut at it for an hour. And I was like, well, I mean, if that's what you need to do, maybe we can facilitate it, and then we can explore why you feel the need to do that. It's just very strange. Very strange. I would suggest to that person that it might be worth popping along for a chat before he does himself or anyone else any harm. And what was it? Feedback from somebody's husband. Do men do that? Do men talk? Do men do that? Do men have a softer side? Is that normal? Or something along those lines. I mean, it's just like, well, if you don't, again, come along. Come along and explore. Why not? I mean, we've all got history. We've all got baggage. I don't really like the term baggage, but I mean, for want of a better word, we've all got stuff that happens in our life. Karmic energy, maybe, if you want to call it. I mean, if you could go deep into the philosophy and the fancy names, but it's not really me. And we've all got stuff that we need to deal with, and stuff that we need to confront, and stuff that we need to face. Not everybody does. People think that they do, me included. I'm just as guilty as this on a daily basis, of thinking that I've dealt with stuff but not dealt with stuff. So, anybody that thinks that they haven't got stuff to deal with and haven't got stuff to explore within themselves, energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, I would again suggest just having a little chat with yourself, and just explore what's actually going on in your body, in your mind, in your heart. Heart's key. It's the seat of our soul, seat of intuition, seat of wisdom, integrity. It's quite interesting. I wasn't expecting this. It's probably going to go over 90 seconds for a reel, so I might split it into two. But it's just interesting. I just thought a bunch of guys getting together to have a chat would be just a fun, if I was to say, let's go down the pub and have a beer, all right, let's go down the pub and have a beer. And then we'll have a chat down the pub. But when you talk about diving a little bit deeper into who we are, how we act, why we act like that, and everyone's suddenly like, ooh, fuck off. Don't know about that. It sounds a bit weird to me. It's very strange concept. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I was trying to get out of this. It was an idea that I've been drawn to the idea for quite a while. I did dabble in it with men's yoga when I first come up to Yorkshire, which petered along, but then circumstances changed and it fizzled out. And then it come back to me, and I had quite good feedback from the email that I originally sent out. It's quite positive feedback. There's only one person out of that email group that actually wants to attend now. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, but that's it. Well, I kind of backed off. I started, not excuses. I mean, my life situations have changed again, so I was distracted with a lot of other stuff going on the last month or two. So I did have to kind of divert and put it on the back burner. But then an opportunity come up, unexpected, and it just kind of went, bloop, there we are. So I'm just like, it's a calling from the divine or whatever you want to say. Like, it's just, I'm just being drawn to this kind of thing. So I think it's needed, for myself, for other people. And whether people choose to see that or not for themselves is completely up to them, But I mean, there's no harm in coming along, having a chat, and going, it's not for me, and walking away, is there, really? Maybe if you do come along and go, it's not for me, walk away. Maybe have a think about why it's not for you. Why? What triggered? What didn't you get on with? What didn't you accept? And then maybe one day you can come back and go, this is why I didn't like it. And we can go, okay, let's bring that on board and we can talk about that, Just, it's a way of exploring ourselves in a different way that maybe what we're used to. And change is different, change is difficult. But it's challenging, and we need to get out of our comfort zones as well. That's what I'm all about. Just sometimes just literally poking the edge of the bubble, just going, what's going on here? Will it pop? Will it pop? No, actually, it's all right. Let's step into that space, and then just taking it further and further each time. So yeah, it's just interesting the response that I've had just from putting it out. We've got this date. It may not be busy this Saturday, but we've got another date in November, and we are meeting up with a much bigger group of people to take it further. So I mean, the opportunity is there whenever you want it, people. But it's just fascinating the responses that we're getting. I remember it wasn't long ago, a woman put a post on Facebook and said, can anyone advise like information for men to help them be a better version of themselves? So I put a picture of a book up, The Way of the Superior Man. I can't remember the author of it. I'll put a little picture up of it in a bit. Well, there somewhere. And the flack I got, The Way of the Superior Man, everybody, all the men jumped on that post. I mean, this is a post from a woman asking about her man or an ex or something like that, wanting to support her man. And the men that jumped on that going, that's a terrible name for a book, it's disgusting, well, you think you're better than everybody else, and it's like, have you read it? Have you explored it? You're just making assumptions on something that you don't understand. What's the trigger? What's the trigger? It may not be a superior man to you, but I might just be a better version of myself for doing some of the work. Yeah? You might just be a better version of you for doing some of the work. It doesn't make me better than you or you better than him or him better than him. It just makes us a better version of ourselves so that we can live with integrity and wisdom in our life and then take that out into the world to make the world a better place in general. There's a definite imbalance at the minute of masculine and feminine energy. It's been turned on its head, showing my age a little bit. The two Ronnies maybe, the worm that turned. And that's not a sexist comment. Like, it's just women, there's masculine and feminine energy. There's roles for people to play. And it is that women are in their masculine energy too much because men aren't stepping up and supporting them. They're not giving them the cradle that they need to be themselves, to be free and be wild and dynamic. So they're having to step into their masculine and make decisions that they shouldn't have to be doing. And then that's when it causes imbalance. And then that's when, we get aggression back off women. We don't know how to handle it. We just go blah, blah, blah. And it just goes out of control. It's just gone out of control for too long. The macho man is dead and buried. Like, it's get back to grassroots and connect to ourselves, to everything around us. That's what it's all about. So definitely over 90 seconds. Yeah, I think I'm done. I'm going to go for a swim. Be good. See ya.
Just a little side note, if you are an enlightened soul, then you're still welcome to come along as well. You know, it's not just for losers like me. It's for everybody. You know, we can all help each other. That's the purpose of this little venture. It's not me or James standing up in front of everybody going, this is how you live your life, this is what you do, this is how you do it. It's all of us sharing each other's shit, helping each other be better versions of ourselves, for ourselves and for the others in our life, whether it be our... Can't find any bloody mushrooms. Whether it be for our partners, our kids, our parents, you know, brothers, sisters, mates, you know, maybe we need to support a friend. It's just making ourselves better so that we can be there for others. That's all it is. That's all it is. Nothing suspicious.